I am the king and will not be. I am the king and will not be the king and will not.
Hey, what is up guys? Epic Pokemon TCG here, and today guys I've got a deck profile for you. But before we get into the video, this is a deck that I was building for fun, and I kind of gave up on it and stopped working on it, and it's been sitting in my bag for a long time, and I need some cards out of it, so I figured I would go ahead and just do the video over this deck, maybe give you guys a list that you can have fun with, maybe improve upon my final list that I just kind of stopped working on it. This deck is extremely fun when you get it set up, but I just kind of gave up on it because I started working on other stuff. But today we're going to be covering Regice Aurorus. Now, to give you guys a little idea what this deck was for me, Regice, of course, has Resistance Blizzard. It does 70 damage during your opponent's next turn. Prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon EX. And then Aurorus has this ability, called Ice Shield. Any damage done by an opponent's attack to each of your water Pokemon that has any water energy attached to it is reduced by 20. So, pretty much my idea behind this deck was EXs are very popular, obviously. So why not do Resistance Blizzard? Make it to where EXs can attack you, and then the stuff that can attack you, you can heal off damage and kind of just tank Regice. Now we do play a 3/3 Aurorus, so pretty much Amaura is just in here to evolve. And I figured I am playing water in DCE, so why not play 3 Seismitoad EX. It is in here, Quaking Punch, 30 damage, and then it just item locks your opponent. And then I've actually pulled off Grenade Hammer, which does 130 damage, and then you may do 30 to 2 of your bench Pokemon. And I play Rough Seas in this deck. I play 4 of them, so I could just Rough Seas off the damage the next turn. So that was pretty cool. Kind of a cool little idea I had, and it was honestly a lot of fun when I could get all these stuff, just set up and really get the deck going. And I figured just kind of avoid the Shaman route, make the deck a little more fun. I play a 2/2 Octillery, plus I play 4 Dive Ball in this deck. So that was another reason. This is in here for Abyssal Hand. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. And you can actually attack with this thing. It has the attack called Hug, which I don't recommend ever trying to pull this off. During your opponent's next turn, pretty much your opponent can't retreat during the next turn. It only does 40 damage. But really, this is in here for Abyssal Hand. You can actually pull off some stupid stuff with Remoraid, just discard a stadium and play. But yeah, got 2 of those in there. And getting into the supporters here, we do play 3 Sycamore. I don't really have to go over that. I played 3 Fossil Researcher. This is the supporter that is going to be in here just to get your Amaura out. I have got a horrible headache, and that's why I'm just like, ugh, in this deck profile. But I do play 2 Shauna. I really wanted something else in here to try to reshuffle my hand. Plus, Shauna is a really good way to get those Amaura back into your deck, because Fossil Researcher can only pull from the deck, I think. Yes. And I actually was going to put in Maintenance, I think, in this deck, too. Was an idea that I had. Just never got around to it. Then I played 1 Lysandre. Really, I needed space, and I was trying out a bunch of stuff. So this list might be really weird because this is just stuff I was trying out. But 1 Lysandre could bump it up to 2. I actually originally had 4 Regice in here, but I took 1 out. I don't remember what I took it out for. But we have 1 Pokemon Center Lady. Like I said, this deck is trying to tank. So you can heal off Regice, heal 60 damage. And then if you Rough Seas, that is also 90 damage. You can heal a turn if you're able to pull it off. 1 Teammates. I just was trying out Teammates. I originally had a Cassius in here, then I had AZ in here, then I had a second Pokemon Center Lady, and it's just been one big nightmare. We have 4 VS Seeker just to get back a bunch of stuff. Really helps you cycle through getting your Pokemon Center Ladies and everything. And once you get the deck really going, once you start getting energy attachments and you're able to VS Seeker and just kind of keep healing off your Regice or healing off your Seismitoad or whatever you're trying to pull off during that game, really you can just kind of keep streaming stuff. VS Seeker is a really cool card. I had a bunch of healing stuff in here. I even had like Team Flare Grunts and stuff like that, trying to make the deck a little disruptive too at the same time. But I felt like I had way too much going on, so I just kind of kept it pretty simple. For Dive Ball, it gets you every single Pokemon in the entire deck, so that's pretty good. For free, there's just no setbacks. Here's another card that I was kind of contemplating switching between this and Fighting Fury Belt. Excuse me, I'm gonna get a card I dropped. But yeah, I was kind of going back and forth between Fighting Fury Belt and this card, and really never got a chance to test Fighting Fury Belt, so I just kind of kept it as Assault Laser. So Assault Laser was, or Assault Vest. I said Assault Laser multiple times. Excuse me, but really this was really cool. If you had like the full on setup, you had like 2 Aurorus, and you had Rough Seas and everything out. It was actually really cool too, just because like you can tank 40 damage, and then you could use Rough Seas to heal off 30, and then like if you had 2 Aurorus out, that was an extra 40 damage that you just never got hit by, and then you could like have Pokemon Center Lady. Pretty much like you just had a bunch of stuff that absolutely just tanked the living crap out of your Regice. And unless they like, if they had no counter to Regice, really, you could just kind of sit there and just keep attacking with it. So that was really cool. Next up, I have 2 Trainer's Mail in here. This is really in here just for, you know, grabbing stuff. I had 3, but I was trying out Max Elixir in this deck too, just to try to pull off, like trying to get Regice going immediately. And then I actually put in an Escape Rope, just another switching card. And I was actually, you know, kind of swapping between like Float Stones and all kinds of stuff with this deck. But really, this was the kind of like final list that I had that I never really got to test and like finish. And then, you know, I figured I would go ahead and do a video over it because I have to take it apart, unfortunately, because I got to start trying to do other decks and stuff and testing multiple things. But Max Elixir is a very cool card. If you're able to pull this off, you can get a potential Regice turn 1. But I don't know. I don't feel like 2. I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on this card. I feel like putting in something else would probably be a better suggestion, but you never know. Super Rod, just to get your stuff back. And then, of course, I have 4 Rough Seas. This is, you know, this can heal everything. It can take off the damage from your grenade hammers and really help just keep Regice alive, which was very awesome. Whenever this deck gets set up, okay, you get set up and they can't do, like, they can't one-shot if you got, like, the whole 9 yards going. This deck is a pain in the ass. It really is. But it's all about setup. You know, I was really trying to work towards the setup, trying to figure out what I wanted in here, and trying to get everything, you know, figured out. But for energy, I have 7 water energy and 4 DCE. So that is going to finish out the deck, guys. I'm sorry that this deck really isn't like the absolute best one, but like I said, I just kind of gave up. I didn't really give up. I just started working on other stuff, and it just kind of sat in my bag, unfortunately. But I can guarantee you guys, if you can get this thing going and you can like get a list that's, you know, more suited towards your play style that you're more comfortable with, it is a very, very fun deck to play. It can be very annoying against certain decks, just bugging the living piss out of your opponent, and it's just really stupid sometimes. But I gotta tell you, one of the funniest things ever was having a Seismitoad up that my opponent could never kill, because it was just like healing left and right. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for some more content. And I should have one more deck profile this week before I leave for WrestleMania, so I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, like I said, guys, I'm sorry again that this deck wasn't the best or anything like that. It wasn't like, you know, absolutely. I mean, I critiqued the living piss out of this deck, honestly, but you know, it's just, it was a work in progress that I never really got around to finishing. Kind of sad. Rip fun deck. But yeah, you guys are amazing. I love you, and this is Epic Pokemon TCG signing out. Take care, guys.